A nation divided, the return of Donald Trump. The 2024 presidential election will forever be etched in the annals of American history. Donald J. Trump, defying all expectations and weathering a maelstrom of controversies, reclaimed the presidency. Securing 312 electoral votes, he defeated the incumbent, cementing a return to the Oval Office that few could have predicted. On January 6, 2025, the anniversary of a day forever marked by the specter of insurrection, the United States Congress convened, their solemn duty to certify the election results. The atmosphere was thick with anticipation, the echoes of that fateful day 2 years prior still reverberating. Vice President Kamala Harris, her voice steady, declared Trump the victor, acknowledging the peaceful transfer of power. The day was not without its tensions. Outgoing Vice President Mike Pence, a figure forever marked by his defiance of Trump on that fateful January day, offered a measured congratulation to his successor. He emphasized the sanctity of the American democratic process, a process that had endured yet another grueling test. Speaker of the House Mike Johnson, a staunch Trump ally, struck a different tone. He spoke of unity, but his words carried the weight of the Republican agenda. Johnson emphasized the need to heal the divides within the nation, but his focus was clear: to advance the conservative agenda and deliver on promises made to the American people. The road ahead, it was clear, would be fraught with challenges. The second-term agenda promises and controversies. From the outset, Trump made it clear that his second term would be defined by bold action. He wasted no time in outlining his agenda, one that echoed the populist rhetoric of his first time in office, but with a renewed fervor. Trump, energized by his return, promised a swift and decisive approach to the nation's challenges. Central to his domestic agenda was a promise to revitalize the American economy. He railed against the inflationary pressures that had plagued the nation, vowing to bring down prices and ease the burden on working families. Trump promised a return to American energy dominance, pledging to unleash the nation's energy potential and break free from reliance on foreign sources. On immigration, Trump remained steadfast in his commitment to securing the nation's borders. He pledged to strengthen immigration enforcement, calling for stricter measures to stem the flow of undocumented immigrants into the country. The echoes of his previous campaign promises, from the border wall to a crackdown on sanctuary cities, were impossible to ignore. The Republican-controlled Congress, though welcoming of Trump's return, faced a daunting task. The margins were slim, and the path to enacting the president's ambitious agenda was fraught with obstacles. Trump, accustomed to operating with a sense of urgency, made his preference clear: a single, sweeping piece of legislation that would cement his vision for America. Tremors on the world stage. Trump's foreign policy flashpoints. If Trump's domestic agenda was ambitious, his foreign policy pronouncements were nothing short of earth-shattering. He re-emerged on the world stage with a series of pronouncements that sent shockwaves across the globe, signaling a dramatic shift in America's posture. Allies and adversaries alike watched with bated breath, uncertain of what to expect from the unpredictable leader. The long-simmering conflict in Ukraine became a focal point of Trump's early foreign policy pronouncements. He criticized the Biden administration's handling of the war, accusing his predecessor of weakness and indecision. Trump hinted at a more assertive approach, raising concerns about a potential escalation of the conflict. In a move that drew condemnation from international leaders, Trump threatened military action against those holding American hostages in the Gaza Strip. His ultimatum, delivered with characteristic bluster, raised the specter of a renewed conflict in the volatile region. The international community braced itself for the potential fallout, fearing the consequences of Trump's unpredictable approach. Trump's foreign policy pronouncements extended beyond the Middle East. He reignited tensions with Canada, threatening tariffs and trade barriers over immigration and drug trafficking disputes. His rhetoric towards Greenland, a self-governing territory of Denmark, raised eyebrows around the world. Trump, seemingly fixated on the island's strategic importance, hinted at the possibility of purchasing it, drawing sharp rebukes from Danish leaders. Legal battles and the shadow of January 6th. Even as Trump embarked on his second term, the shadow of legal battles continued to loom large. Investigations into his business dealings, his conduct in office, and his role in the events of January 6th cast a pall over his presidency. The legal battles, dormant during his years out of office, reignited with a vengeance, threatening to derail his agenda and consume his administration. Trump, defiant as ever, dismissed the investigations as politically motivated witch hunts. He lashed out at his perceived enemies, accusing them of trying to undermine his presidency and overturn the will of the American people. The legal battles, playing out in courtrooms across the country, threatened to overshadow his second term, fueling further division and uncertainty. One of the most contentious issues that plagued Trump's return to office was the question of pardons. He had, during the 2024 campaign, hinted at the possibility of granting clemency to those involved in the January 6th Capitol riot. His words, seen by many as a dog whistle to his most ardent supporters, reignited the debate over accountability and the rule of law. The nation watched, captivated and appalled as the drama unfolded. Trump's second term, it became clear, would be a tumultuous ride. The political winds were shifting, the nation was deeply divided and the world held its breath, uncertain of what the future held.